Hi, welcome to Jennifer's Open Book, where we don't believe in filters. Today, we are going to be talking to Shannon and Maria about long distance relationships. Before I get to that, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I want you to hit the subscribe button, leave comments, let me know what you think of my videos, and check out some of my other videos and leave some comments there. I also want you to like and share the video because it may help somebody that you know. So, that being said, let's get to this. Hi, you guys.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hi.
Good. So, Shannon and Maria are in a relationship that started out as a long distance relationship. And I want them to tell their story about how they met and how it's working out for them. So, I'm going to leave it to you guys.
Okay, well, you want me to go first, Maria?
Sure.
Okay, all right. Well, we've been together since August of 2007, so roughly a little over 12 and a half years. And we met online on a website that is no longer in existence. It's called thezonebbs.com. It's basically a site where blind people go to chat and maybe even play games, and or it used to be that way. It's not anymore. Of course, I said it's non-existent. But basically, how we met was I was on the site, and she private messaged me and said somebody doesn't have a profile, and that basically started the conversation, and we started talking back and forth, and I think really on the system for about a week. Am I right? Talked on the week. Talked about a
Um,
week on the system. Is that right?
I don't remember the time frame, but
About a
probably
week or two.
yeah, something like that. And then we moved to Messenger when MSN Messenger was around, and we chatted that way for a little while. And then when we were more comfortable, then we were like, hey, well, let's chat on the phone, and that's when we exchanged phone numbers.
So, how far away did you all live from each other? Like, where did you guys live at the time?
So, go ahead.
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and that's
And
where I was at. So.
And I lived in Glendale, California at the time. It's a suburb of LA. I was actually pursuing a music career at the time, uh, and it was actually on the downswing. That's a story for maybe a little later. So
So I wanted to ask you, so how long did you guys talk before you actually met in person?
3 months, wasn't it?
yeah, because I flew out to Charlotte in August of 2007. So we started talking. I think it was the end of May and of '07, and then flew out there in August.
Um, so like, did you guys have like a certain time? Like, did you meet each other? Like, what I'm trying to say, did you visit each other like, you know, on a schedule like once a month or once every few months? How?
So because the cost of airfare was or is pretty high, we didn't visit as much as we would have liked.
Right.
We saw each other in August. Of course, I flew out there as I said a few seconds ago,
You stayed a
and then
week.
and I stayed a week. That is correct. And then my mom had invited us to go to Florida because she rented a condo there, and she said, "Hey, she had a timeshare. You guys can come out. I can meet Maria, and you guys can stay for a few days." And so that was a few months after.
Yeah,
That was
that
like
was in
in November,
December.
December. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
December.
in December.
Right. And that was December of '07.
Mhm.
And then I had flown out again in April of 2008 to Charlotte, and I stayed a week then also. And I think it was at that point, I think at the end of the week, maybe I had decided, you know what, maybe it's time for me to move to Charlotte
Yeah,
because
That's
cause
we,
we
what I was gonna
yeah
like. How long did you guys do that before you decided you were gonna move there? So when you moved there, did you get your own place, or did you guys just decide to? And tell me if I'm getting personal.
I
But
had a I had my own apartment. Um, so when he moved here, he just moved into my apartment. Um, well, you can tell how you got down here.
Yeah.
But we did discuss, we waffled back and forth on whether to um, me move there, since he had his music. At the time, I was not employed anywhere because I had gotten laid off from my job. So I was in between jobs at the time, and I was like, well, I could move out there. But after researching it, it was so expensive. It was just
Yeah,
more
California.
feasible. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So, and how long have you guys been together?
Since 2007.
I would say August of 2007 when we
Yeah.
decided, hey, you know what, we're going to be exclusive to one another.
Yeah. Yeah.
12 years. Okay, so you guys made me do math. So 12 years.
That's okay. That's okay. I would say almost 13 years. I would say 12 and a half years.
So, and this topic, it interests me because I'm one of those people, I like to discern spirit, and I'm one of those people, the reason why I'm kind of really leery about internet connection. Somebody can tell you anything over the phone or the internet, but when someone is like around me, I can tell when someone's lying and stuff like that. And it's good that you guys spent time together. In like a week, I would have like spent like a weekend or something like that, but you spent like weeks together. So that's really awesome. And also my thing is like the reason why I asked you guys whether you moved in together, if you got your own place, Shannon, when you moved there, is because I feel like a lot of times you don't know what that person does at home when they're not around you. You know what I mean?
That
And
is
Right.
true.
you don't know if you can really handle that. And that's a long way to travel and a lot of risk for someone that you know, but you don't really know. But again, I guess you can get to know that part of that person if they're spending an extended amount of time. And a week isn't long, but it's longer than a day. You know what I mean? So
Right.
Yes.
you guys kind of had a feel for each other before you
Right.
So,
and I
We
think
talked every day.
I
Like,
think
we talked every day, you know,
mhm.
and the reason we met for a week the first time was so we were like, well, if we figured a weekend would not be long enough to really see, do I really like this person? Is this
Mhm.
somebody I want to continue a relationship with? Um, you know, but that is not, might not be a long enough time for some people. For us, we just knew after meeting each other and spending time with each other and hanging out for a week. By the end of the week, we just knew that we got along and that we just knew that we were meant for each other.
Were you nervous about letting him come and stay with you?
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
could
yeah.
tell she was nervous.
I took I printed out his picture from the computer and showed my mom. Who picked you up? I don't know. You come from
It was
the.
Angie.
Yeah, I had people knew that he was there. And the apartment I lived in, there were people around, so I was
And
nervous for sure.
would have been nervous about my safety too, but I just would have been nervous. I'd clean up anyway, but it would have been like
Yeah.
impeccably clean.
Oh
And
yeah, I did that, didn't I?
Yes.
everything
You did.
I
I
was
think I remember somebody helped you even.
Yeah, at the time I had um the assistant that would come in, and I did a lot of it, but she would go over and make sure it was, you know, I don't do as well vacuuming since I can't see it all. So, she made sure a lot of it was, looked decent. So she made sure of all of that visually.
how long did it take for you to actually relax around each other when you met each other in person?
That's actually a good
That's a good
question.
question.
Because I remember the first day we went and did a lot of things together. We went out to eat. Oh, we got caught in a rainstorm that first
Oh
week.
yeah,
We got caught in a thunderstorm.
a
Uh,
hailstorm no less
a hailstorm. Yeah, it was
in the middle
crazy.
of
I don't
August.
think it really took that long.
No, we just it's it
I don't. I take maybe a
it's
couple days.
rare. Yeah, I mean it's rare. I mean, you know, we just got along so well. We just and because we had talked on the phone so much,
Mhm.
we just clicked. I just don't really know how to explain it really.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool that you guys were able to do that and still be together. And you two sound so happy.
We
I
are.
think that we're
Very proud.
happy. I
Oh
really
yeah.
believe that we're happy.
But
Like any relationship, they, you know, they're, there are minor, tiny disagreements, but
mhm,
that comes with any
Yeah.
any relationship. I don't think our relationship's any
if everybody's
different than any
everybody's
other
lying,
one.
if everybody's agreeing all the time, somebody is lying. So,
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
right.
of
Yeah.
course. Do you guys have any children together?
No.
We have not had any children. There was talk about it at the beginning of the relationship, but I think, I mean, it's kind of my view that, you kind of want to be able to take care of your kids and have the financial resources to do it.
Mhm.
I know that
Mhm.
some people are okay with, getting WIC involved and things like that, but I just kind of feel like, you want to be able to take care of your kids, and I'm not saying spoil your kids, but you want to be able to take care of your kids, and um, and I think that was a big reason why we decided
Yeah.
that we didn't want to have kids.
Mhm.
Um, and the other thing was, when we happened to work at the same place after I had moved here, and the commute time, it was an hour to work, an hour back, sometimes longer. And then you got to factor in the things that you got to run your kids around and stuff, or in our case it would be
Daycare and stuff
daycare and
like
things
that
like
when they're
that.
younger. Yeah.
And I
So
can tell
It's
you coming
expensive.
from
Yeah.
I can tell you coming from the mom aspect of this, it's difficult. I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I always try to I'm actually working on a career right now. But while I'm working on it, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make sure that my daughter gets the attention that she needs. So um my whole thing is I have to make sure that my work hours are when she's at school. You know what I mean?
sure.
I get
Mhm.
where you guys are coming from with that. But I'm a single parent, so she doesn't I don't even have like backup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really difficult as a single. I think it's more difficult as a single parent.
Oh yeah.
And we used public transportation. It's difficult for people who can drive, who
Mm,
have an automobile. Um,
yes.
when you're using public transportation and you got to go clear across town, and then you got to go pick up your kid from daycare and take them to daycare in the morning. You got to make sure you're not late to work. That
And if
is
they have after school
tough.
activities, you got to get them to that. I mean, now you have Uber and Lyft.
So you guys make sure I'm gonna let you know when I post it. I'm actually gonna have a discussion with somebody about being a blind parent. I know what I do. I want to talk to someone else about what they do because there are so many who have children and they work and they're single and there's a lot of couples. So people make it work. And it's it's about what you want, what you feel like you're capable of doing and everything. But again,
Right.
that's another story. That's for another day. But it is this just kind of a question for you guys. I think it's
Sure.
great that you guys took took that into consideration before you actually went out and did it because some people just kind of have oops babies.
That's right.
Well, and we were thinking like you that stay at home,
Mhm.
if we, one of us wanted to be able to stay home because we knew, because I come from a single parent uh, family as well. So we both knew, we wanted, at least one of us to be, and most likely it would have been me, and that just would have been really, really hard on the income that we
Mhm.
had, and even incomes we have now. So for us, it just didn't. it didn't seem fair to do that to a child, um, in a situation like that where everything is always tight. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but we didn't really want that, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Okay. So, um, that's actually all I have for you guys for today. I just wanted everybody to hear your story because it's a success story. I hear um stories about long distance relationships and not working out. I have a friend who was with her boyfriend for 5 years, and she lived in Las Vegas and he lived in Springfield, and he finally got her to move to Springfield. And every time I talked to her after she moved there, I was like, how are things going? And she's like,
Interesting. You know, you
This is
know,
what
uh,
the way
you
she
know.
started.
Here. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go
Uh,
ahead.
what I was going to tell you is that I think the reason it's worked for us, I think it has a lot to do with communication and how we started out. Because, like we said in the beginning, we talked all the time. We talked every day. Stayed in contact. We were honest with each other. Um, and I think that's the key. If people are honest with one another when they're in that long distance relationship, and they communicate every single
Yep.
day, um, then the relationship can work. And when they move in, they have to be, this is exactly what I want to do. If they move in together,
Mhm.
Yeah, there can't
one
be any
person
qualms.
makes the move across the country.
Yeah, because
You
like
know,
I said, it's really far to go and a big risk to take. And like I said, I think that you guys are awesome because you guys have done it. It's been 12, almost 13 years now. Keep it going. I love it. I
so
love
yeah, we will. We have no
Yep.
plans to end
No.
it now. It's going great.
No.
So
So thank you guys for coming on and talking to me. I will see you guys on Facebook. I hope to hear some more happy stories from you guys. I really appreciate it.
thank
And
you too.
Thank
it
you.
today, you guys. So I said what I said. I meant what I said, and I love you guys. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.